Every week right here on KVUE, we feature children in the local foster care system, telling their stories, their quirks, everything about them. But this week, I want to do something a little different and show what it takes to go through the adoption process and why it's really a life-changing one for both the child and their new parents. Take a look. Choosing to adopt a child is a very big decision. It's a decision that requires careful thought. Before I take you through the steps, I want to show you this map. Not to overwhelm or intimidate, but to show how detailed, precise, and delicate this process is. To talk more about that, I sat down with Lacey Vavra. She is the adoption prep supervisor for this area, and she works for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. First, she says you need to create an account on the TARE website, which stands for the Texas Adoption Resource Exchange. Then you choose a CPA, and you have to get licensed.
If they're not licensed already, we'll reach out and say, hey, this is a list of child placing agencies in, usually we do Region 7, but if they're not, we can send them to the website.
From there, it's a background check, training, and
have like state of Texas background checks, FBI checks, and if you have criminal history, that's not an automatic bar from adopting a child. It depends on what it is, how long ago it was. We'll do evaluations and determine, if that's a safety risk to any child that we placed in your home.
And then a very important part, a home study.
Your home study is a walkthrough of your home. They'll talk about, all the bedrooms you have, what it's set up for a kid, if you have bunk beds in one room or if you have a full-size bed, what's going on, who you could fit in your home. And they'll talk to you too about what age range you're looking for, what behaviors you're okay with, what kind of traumatic history you're okay with. Some people don't want any kids that have been sexually abused, and that's fine.
This process can range from 6 months or more. As for the cost, adopting through the state of Texas can cost between $300 to $400. Overall, though, Lacey says it's important to stay patient.
Give that child a chance to process. There's going to be a honeymoon period sometimes, and that may be a day, that may be 3 months. But just know that they are trying to figure it out too. Our kids have had so much rejection in their lives, and that is their go-to, to try and push people away before that they can push them away. They need love, and that's something that we try to tell our families early on, like, hey, you're reading all this scary stuff on paper and all these professional reports about these kids, but they're just a kid. They are scared about college in their senior year, or they're worried that their little sister who already has been adopted is struggling. They have a lot of fears. They're humans and they're kids, and that's really hard for us to remember sometimes. But just be patient, give it a shot, and remember that they're all human.
They are. Those 3 boys at the end were actually just recently adopted. I have some other upcoming adoption updates I can't wait to share with you. Lacey also said single parents can adopt, gay couples can adopt. Don't be discouraged thinking you need to be some certain type of person or parent. So many kids right now that need our help. And of course, more information on KVUE.